Welcome back, friends, to another week late episode of the Bill Pepper Team podcast. Because I'm sorry, actually not Shane. Shane wasn't the first problem. Corey was the first problem, and Shane was the second problem. So we took a week hiatus, but don't you worry, we're back and better than ever. I'm Don.
I'm Shane.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Davis.
And this week on the Bill Pepper Team podcast, actually, before I tell you what we get as a little tease, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all those things, share, help us grow this channel, and, you know, all those things so that we can continue doing the things that we love and grow and become better for all of you.
If you're watching on YouTube, please downvote. Thank you.
Please don't downvote. Please, everybody just view time matters. So just play these videos all the time through the entire thing. But this week we're talking about the newest installment in the Call of Duty franchise, Modern Warfare, the reboot of the titular series. So, and it's we've all been playing that. That came out about a week ago. So throwback to like 2016.
Demonetized.
Yeah, demonetized. Either
It
way,
was so close to the real song.
I don't even think that matters.
Perfect.
I don't even think that matters anymore. I don't know how it works. Everything gets demonetized, even though we're not monetizing anything. But still, you guys been playing anything interesting? Or doing anything interesting besides Call of Duty?
We were
You still playing Digimon?
Yes, I'm still playing Digimon.
Bad. We were playing Sea of Thieves again a few days ago.
Oh yeah, we were.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Did play that briefly.
And,
I'm gonna pick up Luigi's Mansion here shortly because I've been playing Outer Worlds, but I want to finish Outer Worlds before I pick up Luigi's Mansion, so that's my game plan.
and Davis and I, and occasionally Shane, we've been playing Overcooked through the Steam local play,
It's
the remote play.
the remote play is okay. It gets really laggy for like 5 seconds every 2 minutes or so.
Also, it's not a full window when we play.
Is there input lag?
No,
Okay, cool.
not that I know.
Not that we noticed.
But there's definitely a bit of latency or lag that pops up once every 2 minutes, and really annoying when you're in a high pressure situation like Overcooked. But
Yeah.
Speaking of streaming stuff, I tested out the Xbox streaming thing where you can stream to your phone or tablet.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Not terrible. I think it's of all like the streaming service type like games that I've played, it had the least amount of lag, which is interesting. I've streamed from my Xbox to my Samsung tablet, and I just played Sea of Thieves because it was something I had installed that I could just load up real quick. There was a little bit of lag, but not a huge amount. Like, it was also weird playing Sea of Thieves with a controller because I'm so used to playing with a mouse and keyboard at this point. But maybe I'll try some other things too and see what it's like. But it's interesting.
You did that on your own network, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was laying in my bed with my tablet on my chest, holding a controller, and I played a little bit of Sea of Thieves.
Do you know if you can do it from anywhere?
I don't think you can do that one. You can do their Stadia-esque service, which I'm not in that beta yet. I also applied for that beta, but they didn't accept me for that one yet. But I can at least stream my Xbox. I think it's only in my in-home Wi-Fi, though. I imagine it would be very bad if it was not in the in-home Wi-Fi. As far as
Because I thought the purpose of this, the streaming from the Xbox, was the purpose of it acts as its own server, so you can connect to it.
Maybe, but I mean, like, so it was weird. I can't imagine that it would be something that you could do outside of your home because, so like, when you launch it, it should turn your Xbox on. I had to manually turn my Xbox on because I had to pair it for the first time. But like it pairs to your Xbox, and then like I went to Sea of Thieves and I started playing Sea of Thieves, but I wanted to quit, and so you quit in the app on the tablet. It doesn't quit the game on your Xbox; it just takes you like home. So like when I went back into it, it just started back up in Sea of Thieves, and so I couldn't actually quit Sea of Thieves, I'd imagine, without going to my Xbox. But I might have been doing something wrong, or something might have been wrong with it, because like when I hit the home button on my controller, it just quit the app. It was the home button on my tablet. So maybe I have to redo some settings or something there so I can hit the home button and the Xbox controller, but it doesn't matter. I digress. It's pretty cool, at least. And Stadia comes out soon and all that business, but either way. Roadmap for some Bill Pepper Team. So this week, as I said, we're talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Outer Worlds. That is Veterans Day, the 11th. And then November 18th, it's going to be Luigi's Mansion 3. And that's what we've got for these next couple weeks here. And then moving forward, we'll see. I have potentially an idea about the 25th. I don't actually know that the game that I have in my brain is one that we're going to do or that I even want to do for it, but we'll see.
What about
I
Pokemon?
don't know.
Oh, fuck. Pokemon comes out the 11th.
Maybe
And
Pokemon
Shenmue comes out the 19th.
Well, we're not
Well,
playing
that-
Shenmue.
Yeah, that one doesn't matter.
Shenmue comes out the 19th? Comes out on a Tuesday?
They're
Yeah.
Japanese. They're weird.
That's how games were for years.
It'd be Monday. It was Monday and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
They would come out Monday night for
No.
Tuesday.
Not Monday night. Sunday night for Monday.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it was Tuesdays.
Fight, 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 fight.
Fuck you, I'm right.
Kiss, kiss,
Moving
kiss,
on.
kiss, kiss.
All right, that's my fight. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we'll do. We're definitely not going to do Shenmue. Corey will do his Shenmue. He'll play Shenmue, and we will be like, Corey, what do you have to say about Shenmue? The rest of us are not playing Shenmue, but Corey will have his time in the spotlight with his fucking stupid game.
Amazing
Or
game.
you get 1 minute.
60 seconds spread out throughout 60 episodes. So you'll hear the resolution of Corey's Shenmue tale in 2021. Yeah. So we can jump right into a bit of news here about Pokemon, actually. There was today, November 4th, shortly before Pokemon, we usually get big leaks right before Pokemon games release. We got a leak, basically.
Yep.
So
Yes, we
Pokemon
did.
Sword and Shield's full Pokedex appears to have leaked. We've got a list of all the new Pokemon. They all look, actually, a lot of them look really cool. I like a lot of their colors. And we got a list of, from the National Dex, which ones apparently will be in and which ones will not be in.
I am disappointed
I am not that disappointed. Why are you disappointed
lot-
first?
because there's a lot of lame stuff on there and a lot of not lame stuff missing. Or no, sorry, yes, a lot of not lame stuff missing.
Well, that's fine. I don't need old Pokemon in my games. Like I don't mind like old Pokemon being in the games, but I don't need it. Something. Now I know why this is. It's because like the Mega Evolutions and stuff and all that. But this is still weird. For instance, now this is still rumored. Some of the Gen 1s, like here's just like some of the Gen 1s that are rumored to be in this game. Charmander and his evolutions are in this game. But no
other
Bulbasaur
starters.
or Bulbasaur evolutions, and no Squirtle or Squirtle evolutions.
Weird.
Charizard has a Mega Evolution, which is something that was introduced recently, and they're not just going to get rid of him because he's only the one. He's got a kick-ass Mega Evolution. It's the black and blue ass dragon. So
Yeah, but so
I
did
get why he exists.
the others.
Did they?
Yeah, Blastoise got a big cannon on his
Oh, he
back.
did. But the Charizard one was the bigger one. Like the Charizard was, he was the one.
He had two.
He was the one. And then like Caterpie and his evolutions, Pikachu obviously.
Okay, but why Caterpie?
It's
Because Butterfree has a Dynamax now,
Oh, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense.
and I guess they wanted to put Caterpie in instead of Squirtle.
Who needs more bug Pokemon?
And then there's ones that have the Galarian versions like Meowth, Ponyta, Rapidash, Farfetch'd,
Wheezing.
Mr. Mime, Weezing. I think that's a Corsola. Yeah, but there's a bunch of them. It's like so it's I think the largest grouping of them would be we're getting the most from not last gen, but the
after
gen
Gen 3.
before.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting most from Gen 4 and up.
So
Was
I
Gen
don't-
4 black and white?
No, Diamond and Pearl.
mhm.
Okay.
I'm just looking through this list and I see like nothing from like Gen 2.
Which is upsetting because
No Chikorita?
Nope, no Chikorita. I see
Totodile?
nope, no starters.
Mm-mm.
Just Charmander.
I mean, they usually don't do starters.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like this because they're starters. So unless you're starting with them, you're not going to see them in a game anyway. For the most
Yeah,
part.
but I feel like if you're gonna single out Charizard, I mean, Charizard's is like the most popular Pokemon. Yeah, but like in Japan, Greninja is the most popular Pokemon. It got number 1 on like a poll on Reddit, and it's not in there. and it's Japan loves it. Like America loves Charizard.
Pikachu.
Nobody likes.
I think Japan likes
Um,
Pikachu more than America does.
Um,
I don't
so
care.
I don't. I mean, yeah, they could do whatever they want. There's still 400 Pokemon in it, which is
Insane.
still a lot.
I know
It's too many.
a lot of people will be sad that they can't like complete their national decks because that has been a thing literally always.
Yeah.
But it's like this Pokemon's sort of like an over glorified fighting game, and fighting games hinge on the ability to be balanced, which Pokemon doesn't necessarily need to be balanced because it's not really like a player versus player battle game, although it can be. I get that they have to like make things work, I guess. Plus, that's a lot of Pokemon.
Do you think that they will bring more Pokemon in as DLC?
No,
You think that they'll
No.
free DLC?
no.
If anything, it'll be the legendaries. But I think it will just and not even as DLC as the Wonder Gifts or whatever.
If we get more Pokemon, I would imagine that they will not be in this game. It will be in Ultra Sword and Shield or Super Sword and Shield or whatever the variants that they make of this game in 6 months is. Yeah, well, that would be the only way that I imagine that we get the rest of these Pokemon. But even then,
You think that'll be all however many, or do you think it'll just be like 100 more?
if they,
It won't be all. There's too many.
I bet they're gonna do all eventually. Like we will get a game that has all the Pokemon in it. For some reason, it's just not this game. Probably just because this is already an ambitious undertaking for Pokemon. Completely changing. The game is not even the game up until this one had essentially been the same game that we played since 1995 or whatever.
Yes.
It's
Do you think that
vastly different.
Do you think that they will have learned from their mistakes with the last generation and do less story?
No,
you think that
I think the last generation was good.
Yeah.
The story that was bad was in Black and White too.
No. I'm talking about the first 2 hours of Sun and Moon, where it's literally cutscene after cutscene after cutscene.
Oh yeah.
It's not
made me
that
put down the
bad.
game.
It's not that bad. I think that you might be in the minority of having that problem.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I mean, I looked at Reddit today and I saw a couple of those complaints, but
I don't like
they
Reddit comments.
could be. It could, sure, it could be we could be in the minority, but
The people that you're going to read on Reddit the people complaining on Reddit or on the internet in general are usually the minority because you're going to hear the people screaming the loudest are going to be the people with problems, but you're only reading if you read 100 comments on Reddit of people screaming about complaints. There are way more people that played Pokemon, and the people who had a good time aren't going to be complaining about it, and they're not going to be like, "I enjoyed this game," because they're just going to say nothing. So
sure.
people only complain about because they hate things, but I don't know. But yeah. So we got some Pokemon information. It comes out soon.
Next Thursday, next next Thursday.
Next Monday. Did I say the 11th?
That was the 14th.
I thought it was the 11th.
Ah,
I'm pretty sure it's this. It comes out soon. It's in this week's Target ad.
the 15th,
We were both wrong.
Friday, next Friday.
All right. Some more announcement information, but this time actual announcement information. BlizzCon 2019 happened, which honestly does not really apply or affect most of us here because we don't really play too much of these games, but we got some announcements for the world from BlizzCon that pretty much most of the world knows. These include they had an apology for the whole Hong Kong business. They said that they moved too quickly on the matter and all that. All that is basically old news at this point about the human rights business on Hong Kong, so we don't really have to talk too much about that. But they announced Diablo 4.
Look cool.
They announced a new expansion for World of Warcraft called Shadowlands.
I didn't really watch that one.
Hearthstone is getting an auto battler mode.
Whoa.
Also don't care about that. And then Overwatch 2,
Neither do I.
which is between that and Diablo 4, probably the biggest news.
Overwatch 2 I watched the cinematic trailer. Looked pretty cool. I mean, I know it's just cinematic, but
Yeah, their cinematic trailers are always great.
yeah.
Yeah, there's deep lore through that their stuff in those games. Yeah, Blizzard, nothing shocking there. That's all
Nope.
I'll actually, the one thing that I think is a little bit shocking about the Overwatch 2 thing, you don't have to upgrade to Overwatch 2 to play the new stuff. You could still play Overwatch 1 and play with the new characters and new maps and stuff. But Overwatch 2 will just include like their like story mode that they added or whatever.
Oh,
It's
So
pretty
they're still
interesting.
So they're still supporting Overwatch 1?
okay. Because I thought Overwatch was supposed to be a long-term thing. I was surprised when they announced Overwatch 2.
Yeah, they.
So it's more of like an expansion, but a standalone kind of.
I think you have to get Overwatch 2 to play a lot of the new stuff, but all the new characters will be added to Overwatch 1 as far as, to my understanding, I could be completely wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that like the Overwatch core game modes and Overwatch 1 will still like exist and still be updated with the new maps or whatever and characters and stuff. But Overwatch 2 will have the like their story stuff and all that other business.
That's weird to me. I don't know why wouldn't they just put everything on Overwatch 2 and then make you pay for it? It sounds counter business.
Because I specifically remember them explaining Overwatch as their next long-term thing.
So technically, Overwatch 2 is still part of Overwatch, but there's not really precedent for this. There's not too many games. It's like there's no Smite 2. There's no Dota.
Yeah.
I mean, Dota 2 is Dota 2, but like Dota 1 wasn't like something. But like there's no like next version of like these games for the most part. They are just perpetually being updated. So like Overwatch is like, we're gonna make a second one. And it's there's no World of Warcraft 2. Even though that would have been under them anyway, but
How long do you think until we get Paladins 2?
Paladins still exists.
Yes, it's on the Switch.
That's why I said Paladins 2. Overwatch still exists, but they're doing it 2.
Overwatch is also on the Switch.
Yes.
And Paladins has to just copy everything that...
Listen, Paladins wasn't originally a copy. It had card mechanics.
Oh
great.
boy. Everybody
I'm
loves card
a
mechanics.
slut for card games. Shut up.
You're a slut for stupid shit.
Yeah.
All right. Microsoft, back in the news. Microsoft is reviving their Xbox All Access program with the ability to upgrade to the next gen stuff when it comes out. Now, for those of you who are unaware, Microsoft's All Access program was a subscription service that included a membership to Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, as well as an Xbox One hardware.
Oh.
Whoa.
So this is something that they had announced. I think they announced it like a year ago, but I guess apparently it went away because they're reviving it. But you're gonna have the ability to upgrade to what did I say? What's Scarlet, which is their new.
Is there a price?
There is a price. Let me look at the. So as part of the subscription for $21.99 per month for 24 months, you'll get an Xbox One S, Gold, and Game Pass. But for $34.99 a month, you get a One X, Gold, and a Game Pass.
Okay. And you have to do that for 24 months.
And at the end of the 24-month subscription period, subscribers get to keep their Xbox One that they paid for. I don't know.
$34.99 said?
Yeah, it's going to be more, but you're paying for it. It's like a credit card. If you make the minimum payments on something, you're going to end up paying more in the long run.
That's $850 after 2 years.
It's a lot of money. Wait, which one did you do?
$34.99.
So you did the Xbox One X, which is $500. So it's like, I mean, yes, it's going to be more, but it could be more feasible for someone. Like if you don't have $500 right now, and you will never be able to save up. I mean, if you can't save up $500, you probably shouldn't be doing this anyway. But let's say you just want the system really bad, and you're like, I cannot spend $500 in one chunk. It's not feasible. But I can spend $30 every month. You get Game Pass, which is a bunch of games, so you might never have to buy a game. You get Gold, which is gold, and you get a system. All for this price. So I mean, like, it's how you dupe people, and it's how credit cards work.
Yeah.
But I don't know who this is for.
It also, for certain people, it could be the most feasible way to get the system.
Could be the only way for them to get the system.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, but it's coming back. But it's pretty interesting. And then you can upgrade to Scarlet through this. So they're going to be carrying it over to the new system.
What, you just send back the S and then get the new one? If that happens?
In order to participate in the upgrade program when Project Scarlet launches in holiday 2020, players in the US and UK will need to be in good standing with respective financing partner in their market, and then purchase Project Scarlet with a new Xbox All Access purchase from the same retail partner where they join the program, and trade in the console to originally purchased with Xbox All Access. So yeah, you trade in the old one, you get the new one. So, you get that.
I guess it's another way to get the console.
It sure is. Now speaking,
Does GameStop
what?
Does the GameStop still sell used consoles?
Yes.
GameStop is where I buy all my used retro stuff now
Seems like
because they've gotten real good for that. Out of they used to be great for buying retro stuff. Got rid of that entirely, and now they're back into the game.
That's the only thing that will keep them alive.
It should keep them alive. There's not enough people that do that, unfortunately. It's just eBay and Amazon, and Amazon's bad at it, and I'm always hesitant.
Yeah. Cool.
But moving from one company that's in trouble to another company that's in trouble, Ubisoft shit the bed in 2019, basically.
Yeah.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint did horribly.
And they admitted it was a mistake.
It did horribly for them. And not only did it do horribly for them, which was their big release this year, they also delayed some games. They delayed Watch Dogs into next year. And they delayed something else too. I'm sorry. Division 2 also came out this year, but Division 2 also
It's kind of
I enjoyed Division 2.
Do people still play?
Division 2?
I'd assume so.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, there's no Assassin's Creed this year, which is usually their biggest thing.
Yeah.
They released 2 Ghost Recon games, so you're in 1 year within 8 months of each other, because I think the first Ghost Recon came out in like April.
Which is ridiculous.
They're like oversaturating their own market that they created with one game that people liked a fair amount, and then another game which was, everyone is saying, a worse version of a game that released last year with Wildlands. So they're in trouble because they've done nothing this year, and they've made they're making shit. So
Lost them.
Didn't they come out with Assassin's Creed DLC though this year?
Wow.
you don't make money off DLC. I mean, you make money off DLC, but you don't make money like you make money off of it.
Yeah, but it's not like they didn't do anything with the franchise. At least they
didn't release a game though.
Yeah.
When was the last game? What was the last game? Assassin's Creed game?
Odyssey.
When did that come out? Last year?
Yes.
Yep.
I was in my old apartment.
Interesting.
It was good. I need to go back and play the DLC.
Well, good.
I put a lot of hours into that.
Oh, the other game was the new Rainbow Six was also delayed. So Legion and Rainbow Six was delayed too, and they increased the development time. So with them doing this, because of how poorly Ghost Recon Breakpoint performed, they're basically hoping, okay, this did terrible. Let's hope that it doesn't happen with these other games. And basically, it better not happen with those other games, or else having 2 back-to-back like bad financial years, I imagine would mean layoffs coming Ubisoft's way.
Problem.
Big layoffs.
And is there even an Assassin's Creed announced? Another one?
Not to my knowledge.
We'll get one. I'm sure we'll get one next year. It'll come on the new consoles or whatever. But
usually we would have leaks by now, though. So
we'll see.
Because that's another thing Ubisoft's bad at.
Were they also the ones that had the pirate game?
Skull and Bones, yeah.
Yep, that's also. I think that was also delayed earlier or at some point in time. So that's also
it was.
So I mean, they've got games coming out next year, and as long as they do well, they shouldn't have any problems. But who knows?
Yeah, they just need to make sure they're not broken.
Speaking of broken things, Fallout 76 released a premium service.
Oh my god!
An absurd amount of money.
Okay, let me ask some things first. I don't get the outrage behind this new service. So hold on. It was what is it called? Fallout released their new service. It was Fallout First. Was that what it was?
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, if you're a Fallout First member, you get a private world. You get some of their premium currency to get like skins and stuff. You said hold on. I'm holding on.
It's private.
It is private.
Nope, people can get into it.
I mean, anyone
who aren't your friends.
So it's $12.99 a month. You get more storage. You get your private world. You get this premium currency. You get some like armor and stuff. I think like special armor. You can have a total of 8 people join your world at once. 1,650 atoms. You can get a survival tent, which adds a placeable fast travel point on the map, which that's actually pretty cool. Unlimited storage for the crafting components. And the uniform from Fallout 76 Special Ranger armor outfit. Or from Fallout New Vegas in Fallout 76.
It doesn't come with a duffel bag?
It does not. They already learned from that. I don't see the issue here. None of this is necessary. If you don't like it, just don't buy it.
Right.
But everybody's like, rah, 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 this is terrible. Why are they doing this to us? It's like, don't buy it if you have an issue with it.
It's not required. It's not like a subscription that like you need to play. You need to buy it to play it. It's literally just.
It doesn't even offer anything that's like world changing. There's nothing world changing in this. That's like if you are like an avid player, there's really nothing in here that's like besides maybe like the unlimited storage for crafting components. There's nothing in here that's like I need this. It's like if you want, because I don't have any issues playing with randos. If you want a private world, because I think playing with randos kind of like makes the game cool. Mm-hmm. There's nothing in here that's like I need this at all. At all. There should be no outrage for this. There should just no one should get it, and then they won't do it. There shouldn't be all this like stupid bitching about it for a game that I think is already on the come up.
So part of the outrage is the fact there's two things that come to mind. One, it's $13 a month when you can buy Game Pass for $5 a month. So it's like, why would I pay more than almost 3 times as much for one game when I could get a whole bunch of games for something like Game? The cost is stupid. $100 a year or $13 a month is stupid high for what you get.
That's fair.
2, they gave promises on what it does, and it was broken. And like you said, you get infinite capacity in your loot box, and it would eat people's items and make it go away forever. So if you put anything in there, your shit was gone forever, which is a bug.
Valid outrage.
Yes,
it's a Fallout game, so granted that they shouldn't have those in there, but that stuff happens. But more importantly, most of the outrage existed before this was even available. So people were flipping their shit before anyone realized that there was actual structural problems with this stuff, and that's what bothers me.
Another thing is that people were getting hyped for the Wastelander,
which got delayed. And instead they put out "Give Me Money," which just is kind of tone deaf. Because like, yeah, this big update that should have been in the game in the first place. Well, can't do that. So I don't know that it should have been in the game.
People.
Listen, so if you look at this the way that I don't know if they explained it this way or I had read this way, but so Fallout 76 was shortly after the bombs dropped in the grand scheme of Fallout. Most of the other games you were in the vault for much longer. So this is a fresh wasteland. So there aren't going to be a lot of people in the wasteland. The other people are the players that are inhabiting it. So some time goes by, and then with their first big update, guess what? Now there's people. So I like the growth of a world. They're coming out of the vaults. People are leaving the vaults. So the world slowly becomes repopulated from vaults, and there become more people. I like a growth of a world in that way. So it's like it starts off like a light in the world. And then at the end of Season 1, we get NPCs. And maybe if this game continues to be supported, which I don't know if everyone's hating on it the way that they are, if there's an end of Season 2, maybe even more shit. And like a growth and ever-developing world is cool. I like that. So this is just like a step in the right direction. There didn't have to be NPCs. Like, while NPCs are a typically big part of Fallout, this was a not normal Fallout game.
Yeah. That's fair, I suppose. Closing statement: $13 is way too much money.
That's probably true
for one game that's broken at the moment.
And just don't buy it.
Yes, that's a fair argument. And people who did try to buy it, some people couldn't. Like it wouldn't let them buy it. They were
Maybe
on the
that's
website.
fate saying don't buy this.
Yeah.
But our next bit of news. Have you guys ever been playing a game and you thought, you know what? There's too much playing in this game. I don't want to play this game that much. Well, Hideo Kojima's here to help you. In this new announcement, he said, hold on. He said in the future, he wants his studio to make films. So his Kojima Productions is going to make movies, which he basically already does. It's at some point in time in the future. So instead of playing any Metal Gear games or any of these stuff, you will literally have to not play any of it. You will just be able to watch it. Or whatever he does in the future. Death Stranding the movie.
I think I would enjoy watching Metal Gear as a franchise movie rather than the game.
Well, you won't because he's done. He's
Well,
no longer
yeah.
at Konami. But I would think I would. You could convince me easier to watch a Kojima movie than probably to play a Kojima game. Honestly,
Yeah.
Because it's like I will have my probably 3-hour investment because God knows he's going to make a 3-hour movie. I'll have a 3-hour investment than having a 50-hour with 3 hours of movies video game investment.
I remember when I was playing, what was it, Metal Gear 2? Metal Gear Solid 2, I believe. And at the end, one of the last cinematics was like, super, super long. But I didn't realize that at the time. Like, I started it up, and my mom called me for dinner. I'm like, okay, hold on 1 second, just finishing this cutscene. About an hour and a half later, I finally got downstairs.
I think that I was watching actually a top 10 video the other day, and it said that Metal Gear Solid 4 had the record for the longest single cutscene at 23 minutes, which is ridiculous. 23 minutes straight.
That's long.
That's long.
Yeah.
But in the vein of Kojima, we got the embargo for Death Stranding lifted on November 1st, so we have got reviews, we've got information, we know a significantly larger amount more about this game at this point.
And IGN spoiled something in their review, apparently.
Lol.
I do not want to.
I
hear
don't
about that.
read IGN, so I don't actually know anything.
I
All this
saw that.
information that I'm going to relay to you people is from Polygon, along with most of my information, from Russ Fushtick. What a name there,
Fushtick.
Russ. So I also watched the review from Inside Gaming. That's what the information that will come from my head versus what I'm reading here on this article. Basically, I'm going to give the stupid Sparks Notes version of what I remember and what I have read. You are as Norman Reedus, are essentially a delivery man who is trying to link the world back together because of it has been separated through this post-apocalyptic event that there are baddies. It's the Death Stranding is like
Ghost people.
ghost people who are stuck in between dead and alive, and essentially you are like a delivery man who tries to. You got this crazy ass backpack full of shit that you got to deliver all this stuff between these worlds, and you got to link these territories together. So
Where does the baby come in?
the baby is like, so the baby is
Is you.
no,
Oh. It's
its
Shane.
mother died, so it's like it's attached to like the dead world. So because the fetus was in the mother that died, when it's kept alive, it has a connection to the Death Stranding or the Death World. So it helps you know where these baddies are and stuff. So it's like it is your connection to the other side, from my understanding.
Cool.
And this is a large, very good looking world, and like the main style of gameplay that from my understanding that you're going to be encountering is you are getting from point A to point B, and you have to pick which supplies. Like in Metal Gear games, you would do your loadout, you'd look at the map, you see where you have to go, you'd figure out what you needed for the mission. So for this, you'll find your route, you'll help map out your route in the briefings, and you'll prep. You'll get like if you need ladders, if you're going to go over mountains, or if you're going to go through an area where there's like the Death Stranding things, maybe you'll need some other stuff, and it's you're getting from point A to point B throughout this mission, and then there's this deep story from Hideo Kojima, and it's got Norman Reedus and
Guillermo del
Toro and the dude from Casino Royale, Lashif.
Isn't Conan in it?
Conan is in it, but he's got a smaller point,
Yes.
smaller part.
Otter Man.
There's a lot. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, I forgot. What's the release date?
Friday
Friday. Oh, shit.
comes out the 8th, so it's coming up soon.
Is anybody here
Alright.
planning on playing it?
This was the
I would
this was the
like to.
game.
Because I am so
This was
fucking curious.
this was the game that I was thinking that we might do for the 28th, but I'm like,
I will pass.
I would like to play it. We'll see when,
If you can afford it.
yeah.
it's only going to be coming on the PlayStation. It's going to come out in PC in 2020, but right now it's PlayStation 4 only.
Right now, I gotta focus on getting a new TV because the blue tint is getting bad.
I'm gonna skip
So-
Death Stranding. I might watch something on it, but I'm not gonna play it.
I might play it.
I'm not that interested.
Maybe I'll stream it for you guys.
There you
I'm
go.
incredibly interested, but I also probably can't do a game like this.
You
So-
also don't have time. That it will take a large amount of time.
I don't have the patience for games like these, unfortunately. Like I tried to play Phantom Pain. I just wasn't patient enough for that game.
I had the same thing.
Yeah, so I probably won't be patient enough for this either, but I'm sure I'll take it in one way or another. That's the news for this week, and with that, we're gonna jump right into Call of Duty.
Woohoo!
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare
Is fun.
It's great.
is fun. Who played the campaign?
I played half of it.
I
yesterday.
haven't beaten it, but I played quite a bit.
I'm not interested in it whatsoever.
Me, neither.
You're
So
a fool.
we have a nice division here on what we've got.
No,
going
this
on.
is Call of Duty, not Division.
Ha
Boo.
ha.
I like myself. Fuck you.
I bought this game to play the online because I'd played the beta and it felt good, and I'm like, this is what gets me back in the Call of Duty game. I had not actively played a Call of Duty game probably since Black Ops 1. So I'd been out of the game for quite some time, but this one, it reeled me back in, and apparently it reeled a lot of people back in. It got a Metacritic score of 81, Game Informer 8.75 out of 10, GameSpot 7 out of 10, Game Radar 4 stars out of 5, IGN 8 out of 10, Hardcore Gamer 4.5 out of 5. It did well. It did pretty well.
I think an 8 is a fair rating if your game isn't crashing constantly.
Yeah.
That's fair. But I think we suffer a lot of these problems because we play on PC, and PC games are inherently less stable than console games.
I mean,
This was the best-selling PC Call of Duty game ever, but I don't think they're made for PC. Like,
No, I agree.
I still have to. I'm playing on Xbox, and I still have to force close the app sometimes when we go back to the lobby searching for a game because you guys get in the lobby and I don't, and I try to back out of your party, and it physically will not let me back out.
I wonder if that's because we're doing crossplay. If that's a more issue with crossplay or an issue with the game.
No, because it happened when me, Devin, and Kyle were playing too, all on Xbox.
Interesting. But this game is broken into 3 parts, very similar to Modern Warfare 2. Not so much like the last the last Call of Duty game, which was Black Ops 4, where it was like very separate sections.
It was very. I'm gonna go into that real quick because I played Black Ops 4
Okay.
a fair amount. I played multiplayer, zombies, and Blackout. It was you could literally select which menu you wanted to start in because you would have to go to a separate menu every time you wanted to do it, and it would make you load into it. It was very. It took a lot out of getting into a game. It was annoying, and it made it very inconvenient to play.
But this game, it's very similar to, as I said, Modern Warfare 2. You've got your campaign, which Black Ops 4 didn't even have a campaign.
Nope.
Which sucks, because Black Ops 1 campaign was awesome. So they really dropped the ball on that one in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
But you got campaign, you got multiplayer, and you got special ops, which otherwise known as spec ops, which is also one of like the co-op modes. And it's got PlayStation 4. It's got an exclusive version of it that I have no idea what it actually includes because none of us playing on the PS4. We've got 3 PC players and 1 Xbox gamer.
Yeah.
Before we get into the part that we all played, why don't Corey and Davis, why don't you just tell us what the campaign is like actually? Because I heard it's pretty good.
I like it a lot so far. I only started yesterday just to get some information for the podcast today. And I started off in the morning and I played for probably 4 hours or so, and I got 60%, I would say, done. Just looking at kind of like the mission list. And they definitely, so when you first click campaign, there's a little warning that pops up that says, like, warning, there is mature content here. Are you sure you want to play? And they have to like click I understand, because there's, you know how in Modern
No
Warfare 2,
Russia.
in No Russia and
Mhm.
Modern Warfare 2 where they're just shooting civilians.
Mhm.
There's
You could turn that on, or you could skip that. There was an option to skip that whole mission.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a couple scenes and stuff where you have to like, spoiler, there's a terrorist attack in London, and it's chaos, and you're shooting what you think are bad guys, and they look very similar to the civilians that are running around, and the civilians are like programmed to run kind of at you, so you'll accidentally hit them. So it's like, oh, I'm trying to do something good, but instead I'm actually killing people.
Quick question. Unlike in most games where you kill civilians, you can get a game over. Can you get a game over if you kill too many civilians during this?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. In certain missions, yes. I don't.
I mean, that one in particular is my question.
That one, I'm not sure.
I didn't get any game overs, but I definitely shot at least multiple. But one time, one time did come up in a later mission where I had accidentally thrown a grenade at either civilians or, yeah, it was civilian, because it said killing innocents is not tolerated. So
Yeah. Like that happened to me in this one. It was just a small contained area, and it was super chaotic. And I'm aimed at a guy who's shooting, but people kept running in front of my bullets. And
and there's a few like scripted scenes with your character or other characters where like you have to make the decision to kill somebody who's not really, like, who is bad, but you don't know that at first and stuff. So it's like there's a lot of risk taking with how you're happy. The like media is now, so like anytime anything bad happens, they'll jump up on it. So there were a lot of risks like that, and the big risk was that the bad guys are Russian, and a lot of the reviews for the campaign got, like, I guess, taken over by people who are worried about political correctness and gave it all zeros because the Russians were bad.
I think
So
I did remember seeing that stuff. Yeah.
So there's
nowadays, no one can be bad guys. It's just
just you have to make up a group of people that don't have any resemblance to anybody else. But
yeah,
so there was a lot of controversy stuff in the campaign, but if you don't care, like most normal people who just realize it's a work of fiction, it's not jarring or anything. But
was it fun?
I was having a blast.
It's really cool. They not this isn't a spoiler, no huge part or anything, but they had a mission that was kind of like a throwback to All Gillied Up from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, where it's like, you're sniping, and there's like, you see flags and you have to adjust for the wind and the drop. It was a really fucking cool mission.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna finish it probably when the week comes around again. I recommend it if you have some time and are willing. You should give it a try, but you're not missing it. It's not gonna blow your mind or anything, but it's fun.
It's worth it just to see Captain Price.
Yeah.
Did either of you play the Ghost campaign?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you like this one more or less than that? Because I really like Ghost was the last campaign that I played it, but I really like that one.
I don't remember enough to say for sure. I remember really enjoying that one, but I might go back and play that.
A lot of people didn't like that game. I thoroughly liked that game.
I loved it.
I like Ghost a lot. You
guys know that I'm not a huge Call of Duty fan, but I fucking loved Ghosts.
Yeah, I like this one better than Ghost Campaign, from what I remember of Ghost Campaign.
It's a good sign then. Yeah, so the game mode that we all played, though, was the multiplayer mode.
And that's a lot of fun.
It did Infinity Ward did such a good job of, at least identifying the issues that at least I had, and apparently a lot of people had, with the last couple Call of Duty games and changing them. So they slowed the game down. They took what was primarily like in like older Call of Duty games, a like 3-lane, 1-level shooting game, and they made it multi-dimensional without being ridiculously fast-paced wall running bullshit like they have done recently. So they managed to take the multi-dimensionalness of like the most recent games and give it a slow down, more like approachable pace. At least from what I've played, it's like you can vault things, you can climb more things. Most of the like within the boundaries, you could pretty much get pretty much anywhere. It's like you can climb on over ledges, you can climb on buildings. So there's a lot of like mobile stuff where maybe you'll be higher or lower. And I feel like there's not a huge amount of maps though.
No,
There's like 7 max.
I thought there's one. It's just Piccadilly.
Yeah.
There
Seems
are
like-
game mode specific maps, which I think is kind of cool too. So with all the different game modes, most of them are returning game modes. There's Cyber Attack, which is like a search that you can respawn your team. Search and Destroy mode, which you can respawn your teammates with. Another one of the new game modes is very similar to Battlefield's Conquest mode. It's just Ground War. So they took Ground War, which was before one of the big team battle mode, and they turned it into essentially Conquest from Battlefield with its own. All the maps in Conquest are exclusively to Conquest, and there's vehicles and stuff. So it
was a lot of fun.
It was very interesting that they added that. I thought that was cool.
There are 20 maps. Not 20. Sorry, 10 maps.
Yep.
Some of them are specific for team deathmatch 20v20 modes. Those are the standard modes. There's also 4 maps which are reused from the standard mode for the realism mode, which is their hardcore. Ground War has 2, and Gunfight has 6?
Ground War only
7?
has 2.
7. Ground
Ground War's only 2.
Gunfight has. We haven't played yet. That's a 2v2
Me
mode.
and Corey played it actually.
Did you?
That
Yeah.
was awesome.
It's neat.
That was a really fun one.
It's
I also played it with my brother.
It's basically
Scott.
it's a 2v2 mode where you get dropped into it. Weapons are randomized, and everybody's got the same weapon. So, and it's a smaller map, like a very small map, where it's you've got 1 life. It's just kill the other team with your weapons. It's fast paced. It's fun, and it's very interesting.
The one time I played it, it was I feel like most of the maps are probably like this. It's small enough to the point where there's 3 lanes, and you pick a lane and you meet a person. That's basically how it went.
Me and Corey played on one. It was a really grassy one that I felt like was just open. So there wasn't even like a laneage there. It was just there was like some stuff you could hide behind.
Mine was with shipping containers. So
we played on that. That one was pretty like typical Call of Duty map, just really small.
There's also another like woods one with kind of like a creek. It was really like that was a lot of fun.
There are a lot of maps that we're getting for free that are coming out.
All the DLC is free.
Yeah, that's another thing that's different about this Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. They're not doing the map packs. They're probably gonna.
I won't have to pay for Snoop Dogg's voice.
No, it's rumored that they're gonna have that'll pass similar to like Fortnite and those other things, which will be their premium stuff, which you'll get cosmetics, I imagine. But as of right now, that doesn't exist, and the only thing that you can pay for in the game is to donating to the Call of Duty Endowment, which is like a charity or something.
The thing I'm curious about that is there's blueprint weapons in the game. I don't know if any of you guys have any of these.
Yeah.
Okay. That augment the gun, and I feel like if that's included in said battle pass, people might consider that pay to win.
Does it
Maybe
use damage?
No, but what like we had the
Pretty
one
sure
we had one we started with
yeah,
one with we started with one for the M4. I know us, Davis,
Yeah.
Corey, and Don did. And if you got it right when you started the game, and it gave you attachments and stuff for the weapons that you wouldn't get otherwise until you were much higher level with the gun. So you started off level 0 essentially with all these attachments for this gun and all this stuff for this gun, which you could, I guess, you could view that as pay to win, because you're paying to not have to level up this gun but get all the shit for the gun, which is typically what people complain about when they complain about pay to win.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
You get
I
the
don't-
level
yeah,
for
I
a
also
few
don't know.
hours and you'll unlock it anyway.
yeah, just
that,
play,
but
play
I
for-
mean, when people complain about pay to win, this is what they're complaining about.
yeah. I mean, all you really have to do is play for like 20 minutes, get to whatever level you unlock the double barrel shotgun, and then you just win.
Yeah.
all the games you play.
Oh, you mean?
I think you mean the double barrel sniper.
Yeah,
I think you
sorry.
mean the 725.
That is the meme that the world is talking about now. That this shotgun, there are attachments you can make to it that essentially make it a sniper. It's like all over the internet. It's the thing.
And it's accurate.
Shotguns have always been this way in Call of Duty, though.
I literally picked up this shotgun today for the first time, and I
Cool.
haven't put it down.
No, it's great.
And I hate shotguns.
It's
I don't know, I found myself to be more of a riot shield guy.
But what's your second weapon?
My second
Double
weapon
barrel.
is a shotgun. Yeah,
A second
shotgun.
riot shield, so we can have one in his back and one in front.
Ultimate turtle, right there.
Basically, except turtles don't have shells on their bottoms.
That's why it's the ultimate turtle.
The best version of a turtle. But it's a great Call of Duty game. Yes, it's a great Call of Duty game. It's not necessarily a great game. It's a great Call of Duty game. Probably the best one they've made in
I would say best of this generation.
by far. By far.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, you guys know I've never really been a big fan of Call of Duty multiplayer campaigns. I've usually really enjoyed and loved. But this one, I'm actually having a lot of fun playing multiplayer. Like, you guys used to have to like force me to play MW2.
Which is also a great game.
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy. I've been having an interesting time finding what my favorite guns are in this game, and I don't necessarily know. Like, obviously the shotgun, I like the shotgun, and there's some other ones, but I feel like there's a good selection of guns. They've got good variety, like with the marksman rifles and stuff.
For me, it's a lot of LMGs are my favorites because I found like most of my deaths in older games were because like every time I shoot it, I reload and I die while I'm reloading. So LMGs, I just, you keep shooting, don't have to reload for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like there's some in the previous games where there's obvious guns that are like obviously better or
Yes.
fun to use. But in this game, you can pretty much pick up any gun and do well with it.
Besides the shotgun.
It feels like. Besides the shotgun, because you're at the top of the charts. The double barrel. It's so easy. Yeah.
But I think we're all mostly in agreement that this is a solid Modern Warfare, a solid Call of Duty game.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we'll play it for a while still.
I found
Probably
myself
will.
playing it alone, which I haven't played a Call of Duty game alone in years.
Would recommend from all of us.
Yep. Absolutely.
I give it 1.5 thumbs up.
Great thumbs up. Now, on the topic of guns, our rankings this week, we're ranking Call of Duty guns of all time. So, from all the series and all the games, there have been a bajillion guns, not quite as many as Borderlands, but there have been a bunch of different guns. So we're going to rank and draft our favorite guns in all of the Call of Duty franchises in all of time. The order this week is Davis, Shane, Corey, and then Don. Davis, what is the best gun in all of Call of Duty?
It's gotta be the Scar H from
You
MW2.
son
Of course, it's the
bitch.
Scar.
That is by far the best gun in that game.
That
I
is.
think in any Call of Duty I've ever played, because it's super versatile. Does tons of damage. I don't think there's any negatives to that gun.
As soon as I unlocked that one, that's all I used.
Yeah, I had a big problem because I used to play on Xbox. I've never been a big fan of using iron sights. So as soon as I had a red dot, I would throw it on there, and then I could like actually do anything with the gun. But I love the Scars iron sights, and I would never put on a sight on it. I would use the other attachments that I needed.
It would be unnecessary.
Yeah.
It'd be waste.
Yep. So, and it just feels good to use. Its fire rate is really good. Lots of damage, like I said. Lots of control. That's the gun that most people are using, and they're doing well with.
All right.
So,
Shane, what's the
A+.
second pick? Or your first pick? Second overall pick?
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's a Stinger.
No, it's not.
Javelin, you idiot.
Oh,
It's not that either. That's not my first pick. My first pick is from Black Ops, the first one, the ballistic knife.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Ooh.
100%. Not only was it incredibly fun to use, but it was mandatory to have for zombies.
Was it?
Was it?
Yeah, because when pack punched, you shot it at someone and it revived them.
Interesting.
Oh, cool.
All right, Corey, what's your pick?
The M1 Garand from all of the World War II Call of Duties.
You piece of shit! I had that on my list.
Fun fact: my family has multiple of those in real life.
Really?
Yay. You should take one.
Want to share the love and pass one to me?
No, probably come shoot it though.
My favorite variant of the M1 is Call of Duty 2's M1, personally. My pick, I'm going to go...
Start with an F.
It could have started with an F.
Fire truck.
It is the fire truck from Call of Duty Firefighters Advance. No, I'm actually not going to go with what you think it's going to be. I'm going to go with the Desert Eagle from Call of Duty 2, specifically with a tack knife.
I was about to say, I had specifically tack knife on my list.
The Deagle, we used to play so much Modern Warfare 2, and we would do knife wars, and they were my favorite. And we would play it on terminal, and I would just run around with Commando and Lightweight and Marathon and Deagle with the knife, and just run around, bam, and you just lunge, and you just be like, bam, bam, knifing people. It was so much fun. That was probably the most fun that I have. That and playing Search was probably my most fun playing Modern Warfare 2. Specifically, Deagle, tack knife. That's my pick.
Good pick.
Davis?
My number 2 is also in Modern Warfare 2. The UMP-45. The UMP. I think that's like, so the SCAR was the best assault rifle, and the UMP was the best submachine gun, because it didn't even feel like a submachine gun. You could use it at a little bit farther ranges than like a MP5K or P90 in that game.
Was that the first SMG you started with?
No, the MP5K was. I think you may have started with both.
Maybe start with both.
MP5K was the one at the top of the list. Lots of damage, very easy to control. Again, you didn't need iron sight on it. In fact, I don't think I did on mine either. I think I just had silencer. And I would normally do well with it. Cool gun overall.
Right. Shane?
My second pick is going to be from literally this podcast, the 725 that we were just talking about.
That's on my list too.
Shotty?
The only shotgun where I can start getting shot at and get the kill before I get killed for the first time in any Call of Duty. For me specifically, because I suck at shotguns, because I have
bad response time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good gun, and it's definitely like a insta-win kind of thing.
It definitely needs to be nerfed.
Yeah.
It probably will. Corey?
I'm going to go with the, from MW2, the Intervention.
Ooh.
Whenever we would have like our private matches of sniping only.
Mm-hmm.
That was always great.
It's such just like a satisfying like shot and then bolt action.
I haven't played that game. I played the game within the past year. I haven't shot an Intervention in a very long time. I can still hear the sound in my brain.
Uh-huh.
The exact sound that an Intervention makes. I have it ingrained in my brain.
The worst part about that gun, though, is that there's when you were playing Search, and people who were they would just do like try to get the 360 quick scope or knife throws, and they'd get really annoyed and yell at you if you were actually playing the game. And they'd just like jump off the top of quarry or something and just start shooting randomly. That was the gun that the dum-dums used.
All right, my second pick is going to be what you guys thought. My first pick was going to be the FAL Modern Warfare 2. That was the one that I used. That was my search gun, my search and destroy gun. I had FAL, heartbeat sensor, FMJ, I think was what I used on it. FMJ heartbeat sensor with the fall camo, because I loved that that color scheme. Is so nice, So beautiful. All right, that's my pick. Shane or Davis? Not Shane.
My third pick is, strangely enough for me, going outside of Modern Warfare 2 to World at War, the PPSH SMG.
PPSH.
Yes, that was like the really fast one, kind of SMG. Really fun to use in the story mode and on multiplayer. Really fast fire rate, lots of damage. Good gun.
All right, Jane.
My third pick is going to be from Modern Warfare 2, the RPD light machine gun.
Oh yes. That was your
that-
gun.
The Shane staple.
That absolutely, I had that, and then either Stinger or Javelin with me, and I would use that to destroy all the kill streaks I could. It was also a very powerful LMG that didn't have a lot of kick.
Yeah, that was the main thing. And if you got the extended mags, it was just a drum of never reloading with solid, low recoil. Corey, what's your third pick?
From again, MW2, the SPAS 12, the shotgun. It was the most bullshit thing ever.
I think it's the second most bullshit shotgun right after the new one.
Yeah.
The better version of the SPAS was in 007 Agent Under Fire. Was a much better version of the SPAS shotgun than any Modern Warfare game. But that's just my opinion.
Whoa.
You should respect it. My third pick. I'm going to go the M1A1 Thompson from Call of Duty 2. Beautiful old school gun. Was that like the first submachine gun? I don't actually know.
I think so.
Possibly, yeah.
So it started it off, as far as I know, but I feel like it was the first submachine gun. It's a great looking gun. Big fan. That Thompson is my third pick. Davis?
My fourth pick is also from Modern Warfare 2, as is most of our guns. If I wasn't using the Scar, I was using the TAR 21, which is it's the kind of smaller,
Really
one that
boxy looking gun.
It's really boxy and had like the
Clip was in the back.
Yep, the bullpup. But that one was that was my search gun, so I had the heartbeat and the silencer and stuff, and that was pretty good accuracy and control and stuff. So that was my kind of go-to if I wasn't using the Scar. Enjoy.
Jane?
My fourth pick from Modern Warfare 2 will be the Javelin rocket launcher, which I liked to view as a Predator missile that I didn't get to look top down on.
Because you never got to actually use your Predator missile because you never got 5 kills in a row.
Correct. Being able to lock onto an area, whether it be on top of a building or something, and know that my rocket will come straight down onto it was great. I liked getting kills with it.
Yeah, it's cool. That was cool because you could get kill streak. You could blow up kill streaks, but you could also just use it across the map.
First thing first, Javelin would come in 50% of games.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I would absolutely get kills because I knew the routes people would take. It was fantastic. I would like to do that in this Modern Warfare, but the maps aren't built for it.
Unfortunately not. Corey, what's your fourth pick?
From Black Ops, the M60.
Is that an LMG?
Yeah. Yeah, LMG. That was always... I mean, the reason I started using it in Black Ops is because I would use it in Battlefield. It had such a good feeling, and super powerful. It was awesome.
All right, my fourth pick, I'm going to go with the ACR in Modern Warfare 3. It was a solid assault rifle that felt kind of scarry, but not quite scarry. It was similar-ish, but that was I really enjoyed that gun in Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, I think the ACR in Modern Warfare 3 was better than it was in Modern Warfare 2. Had more damage and just felt better.
All right, Davis, last pick.
My fifth and final pick, because I'm a shameless noob tuber, was the Thumper in Modern Warfare.
On what specifically? Oh, the Thumper. Never mind.
Thumper, it was its own thing.
Yes. You're right.
I had a specific class that I would just run around. I had scavenger, an assault rifle with the grenade launcher, and a thumper. So I was just shooting. I had 4 grenade launcher things.
Fucking noob.
I was one of those awful people.
All right, Shane, last pick.
My last pick would be the Commando from Black Ops. That was the one game where I felt like LMGs were used. Well, every game after Modern Warfare 2, LMGs have been useless. But I liked the Commando a lot more than any other gun in that game. It was strong. It had a good rate of fire. And it didn't kick. It was fantastic. And in zombies, it was almost useless.
Wonderful. Corey, last pick.
Mine's from Ghosts. It's the K7.
Forgot about ghosts. Damn it.
I couldn't remember any guns in Ghosts.
Like I couldn't remember what it was called, so I had to look it up. But I remember what it looked like, and yeah, that one, like it had an integrated silencer.
No.
And it was fucking amazing.
I'm gonna change
It was
my
great.
answer.
Rip you.
Forgot about
We'll
the
get to that.
Oh.
Honey Badger was good. All right, but my last pick and the final and the final pick of all this, I'm gonna go with the Modern Warfare 2, the Model 1887s.
Yeah.
They looked really, really cool. In the campaign, you got them in that like final after mission, in like the museum, the Activision museum, which was really cool. Which in and of itself was a really cool mission. And it was kind of just like a horde mode essentially of you just killing enemies that were coming through. And then it had great range, and when you reloaded, you would spin it around, so it was cool. Animations.
That was the best part about it, was the reload animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my last pick. Modern Warfare 2. All right, honorable mentions real quick.
I'd like to just mention, the zombie guns like the ray gun or the wave gun.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't really like zombies, but yes.
Ray gun almost made my list because it's not zombie, or not because of zombies, but it was in the opening level of World at War. You could get it.
Did not know that.
Oh yeah, that's right. My honorable mention is just the Stinger.
Stinger.
The Stinger is great.
I had M4A1, the FAMAS pre-Modern Warfare, because I don't like it Modern Warfare, actually. The MPL in Black Ops 1. The MSR Sniper. The G18 machine pistols.
Oh, the G18s. Forgot about
Akimbo.
that. The Glacks.
Akimbo. Yep.
My honorable mentions were the USP 45 from Modern Warfare 2, the pistol, and then
The Honey Badger.
since I just remembered Ghosts, the Honey Badger and the Remington assault rifle, both my go-tos.
There's some solid guns in these games. All right. I think that was a good list. Good talk.
Good talk.
This week in gaming, we are at the anniversary. Do you guys know what game came out today in, I believe, 2002?
I was gonna guess Sims, but if it's 2002, it's not The Sims.
I'm gonna guess Call of Duty Finest Hour.
Nope.
Call of Duty Fire Trucks.
Not Call of Duty Fire Trucks.
A timeless classic.
In this date, November 4th of 2002, the original Ratchet & Clank released on the PlayStation 2.
Hey,
Oh, shit.
good game.
Good game. Mhm.
Great game.
So, I know Shane's a really big fan of the Ratchet & Clank franchise. Yes. I also am a fan of it. Me and Shane went and saw the movie together, actually, which was literally just the cinematics from the video game, because I had played the video game, and I was only like halfway through the video game when we went and saw the movie, and I'm like, I've literally seen all these cinematics while I was playing the game, so it was weird. But there was some extra stuff in the movie too, but it was cool. Good game, good, decent movie, good remake, good series. Also full of sexual puns and jokes.
Nice.
Yeah, like up your arsenal.
Up your arsenal. Thank you for joining us this week on this episode of the Bell Pepper Team Podcast. Like I said earlier, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so that we can help grow. We'll see you guys next week with the Outer Worlds.
Yeah,
Peace.
it'll be a good talk.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See ya.